What is up, lads? How's it going? How are you getting on? And welcome back to the channel. A fairly uneventful Gameweek 24 has come and gone, and it's now time to start planning ahead for the future double game weeks. In today's video, we'll be looking at my Gameweek 24 review along with my Gameweek 25 team selection. There's also a lot to discuss about blank game weeks, double game weeks, and when to use my chips. Let's get into the video. After some great returns over the last few game weeks, Kepa's form has now started to spiral. That saw him lose his clean sheet away to West Ham and to a Ward-Prowse free kick last weekend. Coming into Gameweek 24, I was very confident of a clean sheet, but as it always is in FPL, nothing is certain. Chelsea still have a very decent run up until Gameweek 31 however, so the Spanish shot stopper won't be leaving my team anytime soon. Nathan Ake has been a frustrating purchase since City's double in Gameweek 23, and he was once again named on the bench last weekend, which certainly left me puzzled. With Cancelo's move to Bayern, Ake should be City's first choice left back, but he has been unable to cement a regular spot in their starting 11. I'm certainly raising the question on what to do with him this weekend, even though City have a favourable fixture against Bournemouth. I wasn't expecting much from Trippier as he faced Liverpool, so I can't complain too much on the 1 point return. With a blank now in Gameweek 25 and then facing City in Gameweek 26, I may need to reconsider what to do with him. Luke Shaw was my only main scorer in defence after he picked up a clean sheet against Leicester, and he narrowly missed out in the share of the bonus points, but it was definitely a welcome return after my other defenders and keeper blanked. Seeing Martinelli on the bench for the half-12 kickoff definitely ensured that my Saka transfer in last game week was the correct decision. Saka got his goal in the first half and was probably unlucky only to come away with a 6 point return after picking up a yellow. Martinelli did however get a goal from the bench late on, but the Saka transfer in ensures I won't have the benching headache over the next few game weeks. Kevin De Bruyne was back to his disappointing self as he was unable to return against Forest. This blank means he'll be an easy move out this week for a certain Egyptian, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. With Mitrovic left out of the Fulham squad, Andreas subbed in for a 3-pointer, which seemed like a haul after a disappointing round of games on Saturday, with a lot of players blanking. The United lads were able to save the game week on Sunday, with Rashford scoring twice, along with my differential Bruno Fernandes getting 2 assists. Unfortunately, Bruno will more than likely be making way for a double game week player this week, so his 12-point haul was a lovely farewell present. Nketiah and Haaland were unable to convert their chances in their respective games, so it meant there was no returns for my strikers. Haaland hit the bar and blazed over the rebound in what should have been a certain goal, so it meant it was a captaincy blank. I can't be too disappointed though, as I was never going to not captain him against Forest. All of these returns gave me a score of 54 points for the game week, and it gave me a green arrow of around 200 places, so I'm still sitting at 192k overall. Considering it was a disappointing round of games on Saturday, with a lot of players blanking, I'm fairly content with the grey hour last week. The big news that came about yesterday was the announcement of the double game week in 29. Let's have a look at what teams are doubling and how my chip strategy is looking after this announcement. A first look at the fixtures show at least one favourable fixture for United, Chelsea, Newcastle and Brighton assets. I'll more than likely be looking at 2 to 3 players from the majority of these teams to make up the foundations of a Gameweek 29 team. Liverpool have a tough round of games facing City and Chelsea, so depending on how Mo Salah's form is in a few weeks' time, he may be the only Liverpool player to earn a spot in the team. Leeds, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Leicester and Bournemouth will also double in Gameweek 29, but I can't see myself having too many of these players. James Maddison could be a lovely differential this week, with Leicester facing Palace and Villa, so hopefully he can stay injury free ahead of the double game week. After this double game week announcement, I'm still fairly content on my current chip strategy. Using my free hit in Gameweek 29 will allow me to stock up on 11 double game week players, and I'll then have to dead end my team in Gameweek 32 ahead of a Gameweek 33 wildcard and a Gameweek 34 bench boost. Wildcarding ahead of double Gameweek 29 is also another option, but I wouldn't feel too confident having played all my chips by Gameweek 29 with a lot of points still to be had towards the back end of the season. I've been getting a lot of DMs this week about free hitting, so if you need to play this chip, here's how I'd line out. Everton have a 43% chance of one clean sheet over the double game week, so I've opted for the double defence in Pickford and Tarkowski. Tarkowski also has the best chance of an attacking return out of the Everton defenders, so he earns a spot in the defence alongside Pickford. Craig Dawson is another man that has attacking return potential, so he's my pick for a way into the Wolves defence. Trent completes the backline with a 66% chance of a clean sheet over the double, and he's also got a predicted point score of 11.5 points, so he could well see his way into a double digit return. The Arsenal attacking trio is my preferred use of the Arsenal players, so Odegaard, Saka and Nketiah make their way into the team. They're all predicted to reach double figures over the double game week, so this is the reason for the attacking trio. Mo Salah is a must have this week as he's a standout captaincy pick alongside Saka. If you're not free hitting this week, De Bruyne to Salah is the easy move. His front partner Darwin Núñez completes the Liverpool trio with a 69% chance of scoring over the double. Haaland needs no explanation for being included, and he makes his way into the team as the only single game week player. To finish off the free hit team, Dwight McNeil is a decent punt, with him being on corners and set pieces for Everton. This team gives you 10 double game week players, but I'd strongly advise on keeping the free hit for later on in the season. However, if your team is in poor shape for this week, I'd recommend on going for this 11. Looking at my own team this week, let's have a look at what potential moves I could be making this week. With Kevin De Bruyne missing out on City's Champions League game with an illness, I've already made the move to bring in Mo Salah. Odegaard is a player I'm looking at having this week, but in order to get him into my team, I need to transfer out Ben White. Even though this will be for a hit, I'd prefer to have the Arsenal attacking trio, especially when White is rotation risk to Tomiyasu. I'll then have enough money in the bank to do White to Trent, so this would mean I'm taking a -4 hit for now. I also have Mitrovic, Bueno and Ake in my team, who have doubts around starting, so this could easily turn into a -8. Looking ahead to my own team this week, if I do end up making those 3 moves, I'll have 6 double game week players after a 4-point hit. Mitrovic and Ake are the main issues, so I may get rid of these for a -8 and potentially bring in Tarkowski or Watkins. For now, my team is as follows: Kepa in goals, Ake, Bueno and Trent in defence, Saka, Odegaard, Salah and Andreas in midfield, and Nketiah, Mitrovic and Haaland up top. Looking at captaincy for Double Gameweek 25, I can't look past Salah for the armband. He started to pick up form just in time for the Double Gameweek, and with fixtures against Palace and Wolves, I'm expecting him to be amongst the returns. He's got a 69% chance of scoring any time over the Double Gameweek, and with 12.6 predicted points, there's every chance of a double-digit return. I'm currently not locked in on my moves, apart from the Salah transfer in last night, so don't forget to follow me at FPLera on Twitter and Instagram, where I'll post my locked in team before the deadline. If you've made it to the end of the video, please give it a like, drop a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're currently on the road to 3k subs. There you have it, there's my Gameweek 25 team. Best of luck for Gameweek 25, I'll see you in the next video.